How's your winter going? Been out yet? Although I choose summer over winter anytime, the mild coldness is totally manageable. It all comes down to creating and preserving heat. Not sure where to start? How about come on this journey with me and I'll show you some tips.
What is up, guys? I skipped a week of video doing some woodworking, and now this week we're out again, coming out camping. Actually, I got invited by a Jeep guy named Hai Nguyen. Funny thing, how do I actually got to know about him? I was parked outside of my gym, and coming out, a guy with a F-150 came to talk to me about some four drive stuff, and he mentioned, oh, do you know my friend Hai? And then told me that he was traveling around a lot of places and getting featured in magazines and things. I didn't know him back then until later on somebody posted Hi on a Facebook group. So that's how I got to know him. Ty, I think that was your name?
Correction, it's Tyron.
If you're watching this, thank you. It is now deep in December. It's getting pretty cold.
Morning, did you give out any other radios?
It's getting pretty cold. It's getting pretty cold. So it's a good chance for me to test out how my winter setup is and see if it works for you too.
Before getting to the camp, we rode up another mountain with the boys. They have a good spot saved for shooting some clay.
Oh, I got some snow. There we go.
Just a bit higher up from our shooting spot, we found a viewpoint overlooking the valley. Funny looking mushroom. The one thing I don't love so much about winter is the short daylight. We said bye to the boys around 3 PM and it was already getting dark. I set my GPS to Hai's camp spot and headed out. He was already there last night and sent me a coordinate through InReach. It was dark when I arrived. The ground has frosted. After a hot meal, we soon felt the cold night coming to us. Here comes my tip number 1. I recently added a new camp chair to my collection. I have about 4 camp chairs laying around in the garage, but most of them are thin. In winter, sitting around campfire, I often feel coldness coming from behind. This lazy bed chair is bigger and thicker, but most importantly, it is heated. It's powered by a USB power bank. The chair comes with one and you can always use your own after this one dies. After dinner, drag the chair to the fire, add be warm front, back and center. If this is not enough, you can always add a blanket. Bonus point for matching color. Speaking of blanket, tip number 2, heated blanket. I got the small 12-volt fleece blanket from Amazon. It doesn't get super hot, in fact, perfect temperature for stuffing inside a sleeping bag. In terms of sleeping arrangement, okay, the rain noise in this original clip is really maddening, so I'll record it in voiceover again to walk you through my layers. I used a closed-out foam for bottom layer. This material insulates way better than air. I'm talking about big fluffy air mattresses. If you don't know what closed-out foam is, yoga mat always work. Second layer is for comfort. This bubble-style sleeping pad keeps the air where it should be, so you won't get all the air squeezing to one corner and bump to the ground. What I have is a 4-season one. It's got a layer of insulation in the middle. If you're sleeping in an ARB swag, the mattress that comes with it is really pretty good for both insulation and comfort. Then it's my sleeping bag. I know a lot of you will bring up some super expensive lightweight down sleeping bag. Personally, I'm not a fan of mummy style sleeping bag. I find it annoying when the bag turns with you like a worm. and some of them just make me feel like suffocating in a plastic bag. I prefer a big one that provides similar feel as sleeping at home. This ARB sleeping bag has been serving me really well. The fleece insert feels super comfy and soft. If you have two of the same thing, you can open up and join together for 2-person. Bonus point for winter cuddles. Not in my case, unfortunately. As mentioned earlier, my heated blanket goes inside. I run it through a 12-volt in my trunk. The plug is connected to my second battery, which is controlled by a Redox BC-DC charger. It protects the battery and cuts off from the main cranking battery if drawing too low. Otherwise, you can always use a power bank, like my Gold Zero Yeti 500X. But what if you're walking around and can't be heated by chair or blanket? Tip number 3 is heated apparel. There are quite a few selections for heated vest and jacket. Milwaukee has their own heating jacket that takes M12 battery, but most brands take USB power bank. Press the button and you're good to go. I find it most effective when you have another layer on top, kind of like an insulation for the heating vest itself, so you get to keep most of the warmth. These little hand warmers are great to hold on to.
And I also have a USB charger style hand warmer.
But doesn't last nearly as long as these guys. I will open a pack as the night starts to get cold and put them in a fresh pair of socks when I sleep to keep the toes warm. They're still warm to the next morning. Now we have all these heating items. Tip number 4 is for insulation. I cut reflectix to the shape of my window and glued a layer of black fabric to the back. The reflectix reflect the heat back to you. Pretty self-explanatory, so the glass don't dissipate all my heat overnight. Bonus point for privacy, really can't see anything from the outside. This is a widely used van life trick, but to adapt it for vehicle camping, since I'm still driving during the day and need that visibility through the window, I attach small suction cups to the corner for easy removal. Yes, this tip is more vehicle specific, but theory is the same for sleeping inside a tent. Some brand of tents have their own specific insulation layer. If not, Reflectix always does the job. Tip number 5, alternative heat source. A giant campfire is always the best, but other than the smoke blowing into your eyes, it's got limitations. A lot of people has been mentioning diesel heater to me lately. It creates less condensation than propane, and if you're building it yourself, you get to customize it with multiple tubes heating different areas. It can get a little costly though. Entry level will be a body heater from Mr. Heater, which costs just over $100. I use it to warm up my legs when cooking or to warm up the tent. I haven't tried it inside the tent, but I've heard people using it inside to warm up before sleep and in the morning. So far, I haven't gotten any issue. I usually open the side vent and have the heater facing towards the tent. Especially rewarding in those cold mornings, so you can get up sooner to enjoy a hearty breakfast like today.
We don't starve around here.
Obviously.
Cream on the bacon, always.
I wasn't a fan of cold weather. If you asked me a few years ago, winter camping would never be on my list, even just to try once. The other day, an old-time city friend found me on Instagram and messaged me how surprised he was about my current lifestyle. We all change, just like seasons. We change and adapt. It's been a strange year. This is probably many people's first time trying winter camping, or camping in general. We're all learning. With this setup, I actually woke up a few times middle of the night, toasted. It's cold outside, but it's warm in here. What's your favorite trick for winter camp? Let me know in the comment below. Winter is long, we got time. I'd like to try more. Thanks again to Hai for inviting me to face my fear of winter. Speaking of Hai, I have to check out his rig. Alright guys, so here we have Hai and his Jeep. Where have you taken this Jeep around? Because I've kind of seen it
Everywhere.
to a lot of places.
Yeah, a lot of everywhere in the northwest here. BC, Yukon, Alaska.
That's what I kind of want to see. What kind of build do we need to get to so many places with just relying on the vehicle itself?
So
We'll
we
start
show you
from the front to the back, I guess.
Alright, the front here, you got the winch, synthetic line that I have, and well, the build is it took a while to be able to get into this level.
Yeah.
We got on the suspension Dana 60,
Dana 60.
yeah, Curry Enterprise, anti-rock, sway bar, and Foxhawk.
I was looking at your snorkel. It looks pretty
Yeah, that's a Overland snorkel.
interesting looking.
Yeah, it's built in, and that's for the air intake. Yeah, and we have table tent on the top. We have
Rooftop
MBRB rooftop tent and rock slider. And
That slider looks beefy.
yeah, and I got a little step there that you can even
Yeah.
mount and if you needed to, but usually I just take it off. Yeah, and yeah, massive tie and Richardson industrial LED light. I have it for 10 years now.
Wow.
Been fantastic. Yep, no problem.
Still running.
Yeah, still running so good. Yeah, no water, nothing at all. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and then we got rotor park system. That I'm out here. It's on modified by myself and welded. Yeah, oh no, it brings to the shop.
The edges
But
here.
yeah, I designed that. It's not supposed to be mounted here, but I look at the frame and then I just add into that. And yeah.
What kind of rack system
That's
is
the
this?
MBRB. Yeah, the same company that I have with the rock slider.
Ah.
And then here you go. You can see the inside. We got a friend that Peter that make all of the
On the shelving.
yeah, on the shelving and cabinet and things like that. Yeah, so
tool compartment and then
yep, front
storage
runner, yeah,
boxes.
storage boxes, yeah, and the same thing at the back here too. Yeah.
This is going to be epic. The
we have
back drawer.
Yeah, the back drawer. So we have the ARB fridge here that with a happy rack, you know, that you can bring. Put it in. Here we got a cooking that put it out, and
All the
there's an
spices. Wow.
yes, to spice it. You can go this way, or you can put it out when you cook here. This is my cutting board.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then pepperoni we just glue it on the top.
Oh, that's
there.
smart.
Yeah, and then we got a second one for cooking wares and stuff like that. And then the top one, my little kind of bars
food,
and
yeah.
dry fruits and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, this is a jet boil system that we saw.
Yep, exactly the jet wash system that we have here. We can do
for
the
the boil
water. Yeah,
water.
exactly. Yeah. So just one thing you put out and it's so easy. Yeah, because we go every day. Mostly we don't stay too long in one place. So it's so good to be able to
Easy setup and
set up, pack, eat, and then sleep, and then
Yeah.
the next day you can go to another destination. Then, yeah.
I love how you have all the
Yeah,
labels.
that's-
Michelle's closed.
Michelle, exactly. She's so good with it. So she's been organized on the dots. You know exactly
Yeah.
what you, what you have there.
Oh,
Yeah.
are those lights?
Yeah,
They're
no,
running battery.
no, you can just chat on the UPS.
USB.
Yeah, UPS. Yeah, and it's Home Depot. Yeah. And,
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
And they fantastic. They last very long. Yeah, that
We have
type of
two
then.
awnings.
I got a small awning for the rear here from ARB. You can put it out when you're cooking,
Yeah.
and
Right.
then the new one that they just came out with the aluminum box
Shelf.
there and so yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it was viewed that was for half rock rolling and stuff like that, like more app we can't. do
Yeah,
that,
you definitely
but
can
yeah,
take this
exactly.
places for sure.
But and then I do a little bit more overland now. So
Yeah. Where did you put the second battery?
a secondary is right here. I can show you guys. It's just right. See that right here? See that underneath there?
Oh.
It's right here. Yeah, exactly. And then the inverter right here.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, how did you mount your water
Just
system?
like, oh, yes.
Where's the water tube coming from?
The water coming from behind here, right here.
So you have a
can-
built-in water
Yeah, the
tank?
built-in water right here. This right here, right behind that. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think this is from Front Runner, the company,
where do
and
you
they have
fill
the
it?
stand-up one.
Ah.
Yeah, and then you just fill up from the at home, and yeah,
From
and then
the top.
just from the top there. Yeah, and then it coming out like this. Yeah, we just turn it out. You can see.
Wow.
Yeah, we would need pump, water pump, or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. It's about 40, I think 40 liters.
40 liters.
Yeah, so that's
We
good.
currently just use a water jerry can.
Yeah.
And then link out the two, kind of same idea, tie the water
Exactly.
jerry can.
I used to have the one that mount from front or from the back here.
Yeah.
And I had for that one I have to use the water pump, right? But with this one you don't have to because gravity.
It's
So
higher
you
up.
high up exactly. So
Yeah.
we just take it out easily. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
so
well built.
yeah, it's been working really well so far. Yeah.
Where's your next destination? I guess for now we kind of
I think
stuck in here.
I don't
so
know.
we do
Yeah,
weekend
probably
trip.
maybe the canyon. Yeah,
In the
somewhere in the
canyon?
canyon because it's a little bit less snow there, and it's still cold but less snow, more dry,
Like
and more
Linton
sun.
area.
Yeah,
Yellowwood?
Linton. Linton, I would say Linton, Jasmine, Gan Range. Those area usually less snow and dry,
Yeah.
so you can build a bench a little bit deep into the canyon there. This camp. Yeah.
Wow.
So hopefully, yeah.
Perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, thank you.
Good luck with that, Peter.
Yeah, just go quick.
You can tell they're frozen.
Watching how you're supposed to do this, Peter.
Hi.
Put it close to the fire or something. Melt it.